What's up YouTube? Today we're going to do a Maokai skin tier list, and we're going to start right away, starting from the base skin. So looking at the base skin, we have a very classic clean look, something you'd probably find in a forest, and obviously there's nothing too special about Maokai here. This champion in itself wouldn't excite me too much as a splash art by itself. The only real positive thing I can say here about the base skin is that Maokai's color scheme makes it easy to somewhat blend into Summoner's Rift, so perhaps it gives you an extra layer of camouflage. And so because Maokai is so good at camouflage, we're going to put him in the C tier. That way we'll have room for the actual skins that are somehow going to end up being worse than his base skin. Next we have the Charred skin. My first impressions for the Charred skin here is that it really is just a fire version of the skin. The skin was released obviously many years ago, and with today's standards, I can really just classify this as kind of an orange chroma. I'm not sure if the burnt look here adds too much to the base skin. And even when we look at the in-game model, it really just looks like a desaturated version of the base model. I'm not really sure if I'd even buy this if it was just an orange chroma. If you ever do roll this from a mystery box, your middle name is probably unlucky. For that reason, we're gonna have to put it into the D tier. Next we have the Totemic skin, and honestly, splash art looks really nice here. It's giving Maokai a lot more character, and I really like how it has sort of a demigod look to him. I really like the vibrant design of the splash art, and the face now isn't subtle at all. There's actually a lot of character to him, and it gives it a very beautiful pop. The one thing missing here though is that there's no saplings, so I don't really know what the saplings are going to look like, and we all know that saplings do make up half of why a Maokai skin is purchasable or not. The in-game model itself looks okay. For some reason, I was expecting something more based off of just the splash art. The saplings are definitely cute with the penguin-like features, but overall, there's nothing too much to write home about. I wouldn't put Totemic Maokai in the D tier, but definitely also not in the S or A tier. Okay, so we'll put in the B tier. All right, so for the next skin, this is probably one of Maokai's most popular skins, and even to this day, it has aged quite well. I mean, who doesn't love the pajama party themed Maokai? The saplings now finally have their own character, and it's not just a seed, but in this case, they're actually little kitty cats that you can throw in people's faces. It sort of gives me an Exploding Kittens kind of vibe, which is an amazing card game, by the way. Hashtag not sponsored. And the splash art here really does make me want to purchase my own Maokai onesie. Anyways, the in-game model does live up to the splash art. As you can see, all the detail in the pajama onesie, the rainbow path on Maokai's W is a really nice touch. And if you place a sapling in a bush, you can see the sapling actually explodes 3 individual kittens. And for the back animation, it's super adorable as we see Maokai doing his best kitty cosplay. I feel that this is the first Maokai skin that Riot really put effort into, and I really appreciate that. So overall, I think with all these positive reasons, we actually have our first S tier skin for the Maokai onesie. I think it still holds up really well to this day, and it's just a wonderful, cute skin that I love playing. Even if you don't like the color yellow for Maokai's pajamas, there's lots of different chromas that you can buy to make it your own. All right, next we have the Worldbreaker skin, and up to this point, I've actually been rating my skins higher and higher and higher, but this one doesn't really do it for me. The colors in the splash art are just a little too subtle, and the world that Maokai has supposedly taken over feels kind of empty to me. The in-game model does look a little bit better though, and I can definitely see potential in the skin if you were to provide it a nice chroma, giving it a bit more life. Yeah, at the end of the day, the abilities seem pretty normal, and I just can't escape the feeling that the skin was simply designed to be kind of a placeholder for future chromas. I'm gonna actually put it in the B tier as well, because I do think it's purchasable, and given the right chroma, it could look really good. All right, next we have the Astronaut Maokai skin, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. The Astronaut skin line is my personal favorite skin line, whether it's for Nautilus, Gnar, or in this case Maokai. Perhaps I'm just a science nerd, but I love the fact that Maokai's exploring space, the final frontier, discovering new planets, and you've even got a sort of terrarium on his back. There's a real sense of adventure as he's laying his saplings on this new moon. For the in-game model, we see that the saplings look absolutely adorable with his green little aliens. The interaction between the saplings during the back animation is to die for. Look how super cute it is. I know some people might put this in the A tier because it's probably not as popular as the Maokai skin line, but for me, since it is my personal favorite skin line overall, the astronaut theme, I am actually going to put it above the Maokai skin. There you go. Next we have the Festive Maokai skin, and I'm a sucker for holiday themed skin lines. Can't have a Christmas tree skin line and not include Maokai, right? He's just wearing a comfy scarf here with a Santa hat on his arm. Overall, this Maokai splash art seems super fun. The in-game model isn't very complicated, but its simplicity doesn't detract from the skin at all. It does match my expectations perfectly. We have exploding gift wrap presents as saplings and Christmas lights on his nature's grasp, which are two beautiful details. Overall, it doesn't speak to me super highly, but it delivers on what is expected, and it's a nice skin line to bring out during the holiday season, so I'll put it in the A tier. All right, next we have the Haunted Maokai skin line, and the splash art here at first glance really just looks like I'm looking at an old tree. I think they could have made it a bit more of a haunting theme here rather than just a plant that's rotting. The colors in the splash art are pretty monotone, and the major buying point for me when buying a skin is how creative or how vibrant the skin's gonna be. As for the in-game model, it looks kind of awful. To all my Haunted Maokai skin enjoyers, I would probably not buy this skin even if it was only 200 RP. It's fair to say we're gonna be immediately putting this in the D tier behind Charred Maokai. All right, next we have the Goalkeeper skin, and personally, I'm more of a basketball fan, so skins like Dunkmaster Darius would resonate more with me. I think if you are a football fan, this is probably an easy buy, but as a very casual soccer fan, there are many other Maokai skins on the market. I'm not sure exactly what the saplings are, just looking at the splash art, so overall, not a huge fan. The in-game model does look alright. There aren't too many notable changes in his ability animations, and it is nice though that they did make his saplings into a soccer ball, which is a nice touch. If I'm going to rank this skin, I'm gonna have to put it in the B tier. It's just not something I would buy, but I would be pleasantly surprised if it was in a mystery box. All right, next we have the DRX Maokai skin, and immediately there's a lot going on in the splash art. There's a ton of detail here with all the members of DRX, the 2022 Worlds winner. The color scheme here is very modern and futuristic, and although it's kind of difficult to discern the features of Maokai here, we can tell that the artist did take quite a few creative liberties to change his overall appearance. Maokai here is no longer a tree, but seems more like a mythical god. However, the huge plus I see immediately here is that the sapling is a llama with sunglasses. And if you don't know, this pays tribute to DRX's AD carry at the time, Deft, who many fans have described him to have the appearance of said animal. So this llama looks super badass. It honestly gives me a lot of hope for its in-game model. On the Rift here, we do see that the in-game model is a lot cleaner, and those saplings look absolutely adorable. The attention to detail here is incredible. I don't think there's a Maokai skin with this much detail for the exploding sapling. When you look at the Maokai's W and Ultimate, you see those beautiful majestic dragons traversing the map. I didn't even know this, but Maokai is actually carrying the Summoner's Cup in his back the whole time. Lastly, for its back animation, absolutely gorgeous. I love how they include the llama saplings raising the Summoner's Cup. It's a beautiful touch. I was going to put this just in the A tier just by looking at the splash art at first, but if you actually use this skin, it looks super fun. And if the Astronaut skin line wasn't my favorite, I would definitely put DRX Maokai first, but we'll put it second here, still in the S tier. I think this one's even better than the Maokai skin line actually. So there you go. Last but not least, we have the Victorious Maokai skin. This skin, you would have only received it if you placed gold or higher in a previous season. As a free skin, I'm overall quite happy with the result. Riot has kind of kept that thematic tree look while elevating Maokai to look a lot classier and royal. You see some fine jewelry in his crown, and there is really a sense of grandeur with the skin line. His saplings do remind me of sort of a cute little emperor, although in the back animation, we do see that his sapling is actually just a little helper, moving the step stool for Maokai to back on. I don't think I usually play with this Maokai skin, but I might have to more in the future. It does look really clean, and I'm gonna actually put it in the A tier, just behind Festive Maokai though. Alright, so this is my Maokai skin tier list. Let me know if you agree or disagree with where I've placed all the skins. Lastly, I'd like to let you guys know that I'll be doing a Maokai skin giveaway on December 29th around 11 p.m. Eastern on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/addict8. All you have to do to enter is like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Thank you guys so much for your continued support over these past few months as we try to make ourselves the #1 content creator for Maokai support.